Hey guys, welcome back to brightnighttech. My name is Berto and today we are working on part 1 of my Green Goblin Helmet. Now, this is the good version of the one that I'm going to be making. You can get this at DO3D.com, and this is the nice one with the magnet holes, and it's all separate and nice, and this is not the one we're doing though. It is the same design, but this is from Thingiverse. Somebody went ahead and cut it up into small pieces so that it can fit into smaller printers. And this is the one I am going to do, which, unlike the other one, does not have the magnet holes. And everything is just going to be very difficult to put together. But let's get started on this. Alright, I pretty much used all my printers for this. So this is my CR10. This is just part of the back. We're gonna utilize all our printers here today. Alright, mostly I use my Centauri Carbon for most of these pieces. This one came out very, very nice. Alright, we just need to remove the supports and then we'll check it out. Alright, bottom jaw, beautiful. Try to pick this out. Alright. Sorry about the white filament. I know it's kind of hard to see, but yeah, look at that. Very, very clean. Looking good. Alright, and this is the main part, and this is on my Max 3 Neptune. And more back pieces. Guess it's a lot of back pieces. And the eyes. Now, obviously, we're not going to use these eyes. This is more so they're going to work as a mold for the lenses I'm going to do if I can figure out how to do that properly. So that'll be something else. All right, let's look at these. Everything looks pretty clean and good. A little banding there. That's okay. All right, here's the other one. Beautiful. Anything from the Centauri came out absolutely great, except a part you're going to see in a second. This one came out pretty good too. Alright, so after I removed the supports, I noticed that the rest of the teeth did not print, which sucks because it's like the one little piece out of this giant print that did not work out. So we are going to have to figure that out later. Alright, looks pretty good. I just gotta hide those seams and it should be fine. Yeah, it looks good. Pretty happy with it, except for the teeth, but like I said, we'll figure that out. But yeah, other than that, looks fantastic. Alright, so let's figure this out. Okay, so I went ahead and did some tape to hold everything together, but now we are going to plastic weld it. And this is just going to ensure that it's nice and secure. I like to use some leftover filament and use my melting tool and just go across the whole seam until everything is secure. Alright, for the other part, I'm going to go ahead and start with some super glue because I noticed the painter's tape keeps coming off and makes it difficult to do the plastic welding I need to do. So as you can see here, I pretty much finished the main part. Again, just gotta hide those seams. A little more super glue. Boom, just like that. This is a very, very big helmet, so we got our work cut out for us. A little more plastic welding here. Alright, perfect. Looks great. Look at that. Okay, so I noticed that the back piece, if I didn't separate them, you were not going to be able to get your head in. So I had to break this seam just like that, and so we are going to do something else. These are for the magnets. Uncle Jesse put out this file. Feel free to find it. It's makerworld.com. And this is essentially just to put the magnets on here. Now, because this helmet does not have that extra lip, it makes it very difficult to kind of use these. So I had to pad it a little bit so it has that extra room. If I'm using these completely wrong, please let me know, because otherwise I can't figure out a way to use them without having to do that. So you can see here, it has to attach from the bottom because it can't be flush to the top because there's no extra lip, right? Right? Somebody back me up on this. All right, so here are the teeth. Now, I did not do any measuring. I just kind of picked out a small part of it and hoped that I got pretty close. And that looks fairly close. I think it would have been perfect if I would have gone down a couple more millimeters. But we're going to make it work. Same thing we did with everything else. We are going to plastic weld it and then try to hide that seam. These are ready to go with the magnets, so we just got to do the rest of the work. We're going to start with our wood filler here, and we're just going to go ahead and cover the whole thing, and this is going to fill in all those deeper layer lines, and we're just going to go through the whole thing. You want to go a little heavier on the areas that are going to be a little troublesome. I went heavier on the parts where the seams are. So this is the next day. We're going to go ahead and do some sanding, just like this. We're going to make sure that we go through the areas with the seams so we can make that flush and really hide in those areas. Now, it's kind of hard to get the sandpaper here, so I'm going to use my Dremel for a few parts. I haven't really used my Dremel in this way yet. I use it for other things, but as you can see, works pretty well. I'm going to take off all this dust. And then next, we are going to do some 2-in-1 sandable filler primer. Alright, great. Yes, I know it looks rough still, but that's totally normal. This is part of the process. Okay, we're going to let this dry, and then we are going to get to some more, yeah, you guessed it, sanding. Alright, so here we are. We're going to sand this down. We're going to try to get it as smooth as possible, and we still got 2 more rounds of, or at least 1 more round of wood filler and primer here, so again, going through those seams, making sure we get those areas nice and flush and smooth so that once the paint is on there, you can't tell. Alright, looks great, nice and clean. Now, we do have to do a little extra work, and we're just going to sand the rest of the back of the helmet. Alright, so now we go back to our wood filler, and now we're going to go and do some spot checks. We're just going to try to fill in some parts that are like, you know, chips that came off, or little divots, or things that need a little more material, just like that, and just so we can get it a little bit smoother. So we're going to let this dry, and then we're going to get it back to it. Alright, so this is nice and dry. We're going to go ahead and work on some of the sanding. So we're going to get started here. Now for the spot checks, I did go a little thicker, and we already did filler primer here. So next time, we are just going to hopefully just do the painting. But for right now, we are going to do more sanding. But thanks for watching. If you have any questions, go ahead and put in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell button for notifications. And we will see you next time.